Managing a Linux server from the command line is powerful. But let's be honest, it can also be time consuming and you can also lose the overview, especially if you are running multiple servers and they have a lot of services on them and they are running for multiple years. Trust me, I am telling this out of experience. And that's why I want to show you Webmin. It is a free and powerful web-based administration tool that makes Linux server management much easier. Webmin gives you a centralized dashboard to manage users, packages, services, networking, backups, NFS and SMB file shares, and much more. I will show you how to install it and if it can really make the life of a Linux user easier. So enough talking, let's get started. Alright, let's install this bad boy together. I want to install it on this Linux server. It is running Ubuntu 25.10, but the commands I will use will just work on any other Linux server. Now to install it, just go to the website of Webmin, and here you can just go to download, and here are the commands you will need. So with this bad boy, you can add the repositories of Webmin to your Red Hat or Debian based distro. Then you can just install it using DNF for Red Hat based distros, and apt-get if you are using any Debian based distro. So let's copy this bad boy, paste it here, and enter. Yes, I want to set up the repository. Alright, it's done. Let's go back to Webmin. And here just copy the installation command. Paste. It will install these packages, so just hit Y.
A few moments later.
Alright, it's installed. Let's go back to the website of Webmin. And if we scroll down a little bit, and it's telling you here, after installing you can just access it using the port 10,000. So we need the IP address of this server. Let's get it. IP add. It is usually the second interface, so this is it for me. I will copy the IP. So it was using HTTPS, the IP, then the port 10,000. Let's try it. HTTPS, the IP, and the port 10,000. The connection isn't private. This is okay because I know it is my server. And it's running already. Here you can just log in with any user on that server. So I have this one and the password. And remember me. And that's it. It's installed. You see it take about 3 or 4 minutes. And then you have a web UI for your server. But why do you need a web UI for your server? I will show you now. Because right now, you see I have an Ubuntu Linux with version 25.10. And I just forget that it will get end of life in 2 weeks. The number 2 important thing that Webmin told me, here I have my disks, and here it say, on this disk I have only 22% free, and on this one only 2%, which is 1.23 gigabyte. And that's why I like tools like Webmin. I mean, if you have 1 or 2 Linux VMs, it's okay, but I have about 10 I think, and managing them all without a tool that helps you do and configure everything is a little bit hard. So here we are on the dashboard. We see the host name, the webmain version, we see the time on the system, CPU informations, number of running processes, RAM usage, OS version, installed OS, some informations about the CPU, uptime, CPU load average, and here we have the packages that has updates. And these are all links, so you can just click on this and configure the hostname directly. And here we have some states history, and if we scroll down a little bit, we have recent logins here, and here we have all network interfaces with name, IP address, IPv6 address, network mask, and broadcast. I like this tool already, but let's see what do it offer also. I will go to System, Boot Up and Shutdown, and these are all the systemd services. So you see the unit name, description, the type, so if it is a service, path, timer, socket, the current status, the startup status, and if it is running right now. So you can just select the service here and scroll down. Here you can start, stop, restart. It is just systemd but running graphically. And here you have all users on this machine. So you can select one and change his password. Here we have disk and network file systems. So you see here these are the mounted devices. This is my Nextcloud disk which is mounted right now to this VM. I can set it to read only. I can mount it to other directory here. I mean, Webmin really covers like 90% of all things you will ever need to do. Here you can configure file system backup, and we have log file rotation here. PAM authentication running processes. It looks like this. And here you can configure the cron jobs. So you can just create one here. So you can say execute as, I don't know, any user you want. And here you can just input the command. You can create a simple schedule here. So you can say run it every week on Sunday. Or you can configure it manually here. Here we have the software package update. So you see here, these packages has update. I can just update them with one click. You can create scheduled upgrades. And here you have the packages repositories. And this is the one we have created before. It is for Webmin as you see here. And here we have the software packages. So you can search for installed packages. You can also install new packages here. You can just search for name. I will go with nmap. Webmin found it and I can just install it. Nmap is installing and it's done. Let's try to uninstall it now. Alright, we have nmap 2 times and uninstall. And it's done. Alright, what do we have also? Here we have system documentation. These are just the man pages. We have some logs. And the users here. Let's actually try to delete a user. And here it is. You can show logins, read his mail, clone him, or delete. The user has a home directory, and just delete him and his home. Now he is homeless. Let's go to servers here. Here we have Nginx web server. It is installed, but it's telling me I have to install a module to configure it. I don't need this now. And here you have really a ton of things you can do. So it already detected I have SMP server running. And it also detected the shares, so I have this one here, and I can just manage it here. I will delete it, I don't need it anymore. And you see here, it's really very powerful. Here we have the SSH server with some settings like who can log in. So you can disable authentication by password. Let's see what's under tools. Command shell. You can just execute commands here if you ever need to do this. And we have custom commands. So these are just aliases, I think. And we have a file manager also. So the guys behind Webmin, you are doing really amazing job. And let's delete this. And I think you noticed already, I am deleting some stuff, deleting some users and some services, which has been running on the server for years, I think. But I just forgot to do this stuff. But now where I have a web UI of the server, I can see a lot more and I have a better overview of my server. So we also have HTTP tunnel, Perl models, protected web directories, system and server status. We have a terminal here, so just enter the commands you want. You can upload and download files. We have some network settings here, and we can configure the firewall. And the IP tables firewall is also here. We have some network configuration. Let's see what's under interfaces. You can configure its IP address here. You can set it to DHCP or static or boot P if you are still using this. And you can also configure the IPv6. You can configure routing and gateway and hostname and DNS clients. You can change the hostname of your server here. The DNS, let's see what's under hardware, ISCSI client. And here you have the Linux RAID. So you can create RAID with RAID 5, RAID 6, whatever you want, with monitoring, and it can also send notifications if anything happened. We have LVM settings here, and you see here I'm already using this. You have the partitions here. You have printer administration if you have cops running. You can configure the time. And here we have unused models, which means Webmin can do even more things than the things you saw already. So just for example, you have Bacula backup system here, fail to ban, IPsec VPN configuration, you have LDAP client or server, postfix mail server, you have qmail server also, scheduled commands, you have send mail, and just think about it. This is free, it's free of charge, you can use it for free, for nothing really. And that's what I like about Linux. You have a tool which is really powerful, it can do everything you want, and it's just for free. And on the other hand, we have two ugly operating systems, which cost a lot of money. I mean, really a lot of money. And even after you buy them, you get the whole time like adware and bloatware, and they just want you to buy more and more stuff. Not only this, they also collect your data. I mean, there is really hundreds of reasons why I hate Mac and Windows. And that's it for today. Now I showed you how a tool like Webmin can make the management of a Linux server really much easier. You will lose control after some years. I mean, you already saw in this video, I have cleaned some stuff, removed some users, and uninstalled some packages. So being a Linux user doesn't mean you have to do everything in the terminal. I mean, it looks amazing and you can automate everything you want, but having a UI of your server is really helpful a lot. And that's why I think I will keep using Webmin after this video. So yes, I showed you Webmin, I showed you how it works, now you are in. Consider supporting the channel by buying a t-shirt like this, or a cap like this, buy me a coffee if you think I deserve it, or join the channel to see the videos before everyone, or maybe I will make a live video in some weeks, I don't know, I will let you know if I decided to. And if you can't do any one of these, your like and comment are more than enough. So thank you for watching and see you the next time. This is Libre-Data and we are just getting started.